Lord Shiva, when Mother Yashoda first refused him, then Lord Shiva became disappointed, and he came down here, and he sat just under a tree, just over there where you ladies are sitting. And he sat there, as he usually does, you know, he sits cross-legged in meditation with his beads with his eyes closed or half closed, and just chants the holy names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and deeply meditates within on Krishna. So Lord Shiva, he did like that. He did that. And he was just praying and desiring that, please let me have the darshan of Krishna. Please let me have that darshan. And then Mother Yashoda came. And all the gopis came. And then he got the darshan of Krishna. So we should desire. Prabhupada would say you have to deserve first before you can desire something very high. But first you have to have a desire, otherwise why would you try to deserve? So desire is a very important part of Krishna consciousness. And we know that Lord Shiva, he's known as Ashutosh. Asha, Tosha. He satisfies people's desires. Of course, unfortunately, generally the Hindu people, the demigod worshippers, they worship Lord Shiva with all sorts of material desires, isn't it? You know, there's the famous song, you all know, Om Jai Jagadisha Hare, Malam. Yeah. But there's another verse. There's an extra verse which they didn't teach you. It goes, give me a house and a car and a color TV, Om Jai Jagadisha Hare. And a video player machine, so I can watch Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. So this is what people want. Most people, this is their asha, their desire. They want material things. And so we all know, at least those of you from Hindu backgrounds, you know so well that Lord Shiva is a very popular deity because he's famous for fulfilling people's desires quickly, because he's Ashutosh. He easily satisfies their desires. He's in ecstasy. He's in transcendental ecstasy, chanting the holy names. He doesn't care about a new Mercedes-Benz or anything like that. This is all rubbish to him. But then along comes you, not you, you're all devotees, but along comes you, the materialist, the demigod worshipper, right? Knocking on the door. Lord Shiva, here I am. Here's my shopping list. I will give you 100 rupees. I will give you 100 rupee donation. All I want is a new BMW. Asha Isha, Ashesha Mahadev, Lord Shiva, who was so deeply, strongly desiring to get darshan of Krishna, to see Krishna, to get the mercy of Krishna. Yeah, this is his place. You know, as you go around Vrindavan, you may see here and there that there are temples of Lord Shiva. You know, like a like here, big temple of Krishna, little temple of Lord Shiva. So what is going on? Well, what is going on is that Lord Shiva is there as a devotee. He's there in the mood of the devotee. He wants to see that the service goes on for Krishna, that everything is fine for Krishna. He's not there to be worshipped as a demigod for material things. He's there as Dikpal, or like this, protecting Krishna, serving Krishna, making sure everything goes very nicely. So this is a Sheshavan then. Very nice, peaceful little place. I think perhaps we can just take a little water on our heads here. Shri Sheshavan Ki. Shri Sheshavan Mahadev Ki.
Respects to Vrinda Devi. Srimati Vrinda Devi is a very special personality in Braj Leela, and this is her kund, Vrinda Kund, and ISKCON has, in particular, several devotees, Dinabandhu, Daivi Shakti Maharaj, and others have taken this as one of their services to the Dham to build a beautiful temple here for Vrinda Devi. We'll spend about 20 or 30 minutes here, and then we'll go back, and on the way back we'll take our bath at Pavana Sarovara, which is just near Nandagram, and then we'll go home.
Srimati Vrinda Devi Ki. Shri Vrinda Kund Ki. Shri Gupta Kund Ki. So this is one of the first really substantial and historically recognized holy places to come to ISKCON. In the Vedas there is mention that just to the northwest of Nandagram is Gupta Kund, and just near Gupta Kund is the place of Vrinda Devi. Gupta Kund is described as one of the 3 yoga peeths. Yoga peeth basically means very special place where Radha and Krishna meet at important times of the day. So Gupta Kund is where Radha and Krishna meet in the morning. And Gupta Kund is just behind our temple here at Vrinda Kund. So first of all, Radha and Krishna meet at Gupta Kund in the morning. Then in the middle of the day, 12 or 1 o'clock, they meet at Radha Kund. And then in the early evening, they meet where the Radha Govinda temple is in Vrindavan town. So these are the 3. Of course, Radha and Krishna are meeting so many places, so many different times during the day. But these are 3 very important meetings at very important meeting places. So now, Vrinda Devi then, she has her headquarters next to Gupta Kund. And there at her place is her Kund, which is Vrinda Kund. So Vrinda Devi herself, she's a very, very important person. She works very closely with Purnamasi. Purnamasi is the presiding deity of the internal spiritual potency. In Dwaraka, she's known as Subhadra, and she's also known as Yoga Maya. So Purnamasi is overseeing everything in the transcendental realm. And what is everything focused on in the transcendental realm? Everything is focused on the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Spiritual potency means Satchit Ananda, eternity, knowledge and bliss. But the eternity and the knowledge, that is all there to enhance the bliss of the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So, the main concern then of Purnamasi in her service of dealing with that internal potency. So, whatever happens in the pastimes is under her control. We were in Yavat earlier. So, sometimes Radha and Krishna are meeting, but then suddenly Jatila comes on the scene. So Purnamasi is controlling all these things so that ultimately Radha and Krishna's pastimes will be more ecstatic. In the beginning of Lalita Madhava, there's a conversation between Gargi, the daughter of Sandipani Muni, I think, and Purnamasi. So Gargi asks, who was it who arranged this marriage of Abhimanyu and Radharani? Purnamasi said, it was me. She approached the parents and convinced them. Actually, there's a description in Gopal Champu of how Purnamasi convinced them. So, why on earth would Srimati Radharani have to marry such a character as Abhimanyu? Radharani is the abode of all good qualities in full. Abhimanyu. He is, well, in Russian you would say he is glupец. He is really a fool. He has 2 left feet, 2 left hands. He just can't do anything right. And Radharani is so qualified, she sees her stupid husband and she thinks, oh my God, what is this? But Purnamasi arranged that so that the pastimes of Radha and Krishna would become more exciting and blissful. So all these pastimes are under the Leela Shakti, which is one of the most important parts of that internal potency. Just like you may know, Purnamasi is so powerful that she chased Kamsa away from Vrajmandala. Kamsa had more or less conquered the universe, defeated Lord Indra. So, of course, we hear how he sent demons to Vrindavan to kill Krishna, but we don't hear so much of him coming himself. But one time, Kamsa came. He came from Mathura. As he crossed over the boundary into Vrindavan, there was Purnamasi. She said, what are you doing here? He said, what do you mean? I'm the king around here. She said, you can only come in here if you're ready. He said, what do you mean, ready? What does that mean? She said, I'll have to train you up. Purnamasi turned Kamsa into a little gopi girl, like 5 or 6 year old girl. Little gopi body, same Kamsa mind. Kamsa was not very happy. So Purnamasi said, okay, you see the cows, they're passing cow dung. So lesson number 1 on your training program is pick up the cow dung, make it into cow dung patties. So Kamsa did not want to do that. In Purnamasi, she has a stick, little thin bamboo stick. So she said, what do you want, the cow dung or the stick? Soon Kamsa was picking up the cow dung and making cow dung patties. Then Purnamasi said, all right, now for lesson number 2. It's very scientific. She said, you see, when the cows are going to pass cow dung, they lift their tails up. Then you go and you catch the cow dung before it touches the ground while it's still hot. Kamsa really didn't want to do that. Because of the stick, he did that. So Kamsa was running behind the cows trying to catch the cow dung. Sometimes he was getting it in the face. Then Purnamasi said, all right, now for lesson number 3. Kamsa ran for it. He ran. As soon as he crossed the boundary, he turned back into Kamsa. And he never came back. Didn't want to find out what was lesson number 3. So Purnamasi is very powerful. She looks like an old widow lady. White sari, shaven head and sika. So old woman, but she is the authority here in Vrajmandala. So Vrinda Devi is a very important member of her team for arranging the pastime. Every morning, Purnamasi comes with Nandi Mukhi, and they have a planning meeting here on the banks of Vrindakund. This is the Vraj Mandala Planning Commission. So, Vrinda Devi particularly, she is in charge of the forest settings. What color the flowers are, what animals are there, what birds are there, what songs the birds sing, what colors the animals and birds are. Sometimes when it's a full moon, then Radharani, in order to meet Krishna without being seen, wears white. And Vrinda Devi, on those nights, she makes everything in the forest white, so no one can see Radharani. And sometimes, if there's no moon, everything's very dark. Radharani wears black, and Vrinda Devi makes all the trees black. All the birds and animals, everything is black. Then no one can see Radharani, so she can escape easily to meet Krishna. So all these detailed arrangements of the forest settings and facilities and everything This is under the control of Vrinda Devi, and because she has such an important role in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, so we worship her. Actually, Vrinda Devi is one of the most merciful. Others, like Radha and Krishna themselves, they're present with us visibly in the form of deities. But Vrinda Devi, she's present in a form which is living, even by our standards, as Tulsi Devi. Of course, the deity, we know the deity is not just stone, the deity is Krishna, alive. But Tulsi Devi is living in terms which anyone can directly relate with. So this is her special mercy upon us, the aspiring devotees. We get the association of such an exalted devotee. We can worship her, offer arati to her, keep her in our temple, keep her in our house, and she responds to how we look after her. We look after her very nicely, then she flourishes. Tulsi Devi is very, very merciful to us, giving us the opportunity to serve her and worship her in this way. And this is her place. So here we should pray to Vrinda Devi that you are so kind, you're helping us to have the opportunity to serve Krishna. So you please help us to become better devotees and learn how to please Krishna very nicely. So now, this property then is belonging to our ISKCON movement. Previously it was in the hands of one Babaji called Baba Madhav Das. And he was an old Babaji. He had apparently knew Srila Prabhupada a little from before Prabhupada went to America. He went through old shastras and old government documents and established the location here of Gupta Kund and Vrinda Kund. Finally, in his later days, he got cancer and he was dying. And he approached Dinabandhu Prabhu, who was temple president in Vrindavan at the time, and offered ISKCON this property. So here we can see there's nice temple which is completed by the Kund, and just on our left-hand side of the temple there's construction going on. This will be the Samadhi of Baba Madhav Das. Srimati Vrinda Devi ki, Shri Vrinda Kund ki. Here we are at Pavan Sarovar. Pavan means pure or purifier. So Krishna would come here every day to take bath when he was living in Nandagram. And Nanda Maharaj, Mother Yashoda, all of them, they would come down here for bathing. The ladies would be on this side, just over here where these boys are. And the men would go on the far side over there. And sometimes Srimati Radharani would come from Varshana or Yavat, and she would also take the bath here with the ladies. And those times Krishna would come swimming underwater and grab Radharani's feet and pull her under the water. And Mother Yashoda would take water from Pavan Sarovar for cooking for Krishna. In fact, over here, you can see in the middle of this platform is one hole. That is Mother Yashoda's well. So there are many, of course, many pastimes that happen down here. One time, up the top in Nandagram, Krishna saw Mother Yashoda was cooking all sorts of little savory snack types of prasadam. Little samosas and kachoris and pakoras. I know you're all hungry. Won't get into it too much. And Krishna asked, "Oh, Mata, is this for me?" And Mother Yashoda said, No, your father Nanda Maharaj is going away on pilgrimage. And he's taking all this prasadam, it's like traveling food for him. This happened on the Akshaya Tritiya day, which is the Chandan Yatra day in our calendar. Means like in May or so. So then Nanda Maharaj told Krishna that before I go on pilgrimage, I'll come down and take bath here, you come with me. So Krishna asked Nanda Maharaj,
Peter, why are you going to, where are you going on pilgrimage? The Maharaj said, I am going to Prayag, the confluence of the Ganges, Yamuna and Saraswati. All year, due to my material activities, I've been accumulating so much karma. So I want to bathe in those waters and become free from all my sins. So they came down here, and Nanda Maharaj was just about to go in. Over on that side, they saw one big man, very handsome, powerful looking man, beautifully dressed with very valuable jewelry. The man just dived into Pavan Sarovar, and he came out and he rolled in the dust. And as he was doing this, he was roaring with laughter. And Krishna asked Nanda Maharaj, Peter, who's that, Peter? And Nanda Maharaj said, I don't know, I never saw him before. So they went over there. Nanda Maharaj asked, my dear sir, who are you, please? The man said, my name is Prayag. Nanda Maharaj said, what do you mean, Prayag? The man said, I am the personality of that holy place. And Nanda Maharaj asked, well, what are you doing here at Pavan Sarovar? So Prayag said that all year people come and bathe in my waters, and they leave all their karma, their sins and everything, they leave on me. So therefore, once a year on Akshaya Tritiya, I come here to Pavan Sarovar to take bath. And in this way I become free from all the accumulated karma from everyone. Nanda Maharaj said, oh, I see. Then they looked around, they saw there were many of these people. Big, handsome men and big, beautiful women. Beautifully dressed, very opulently decorated. So Prayag said, you see that woman over there? She is Ganga Devi. And you see that man over there? He's Bhadrak Ashram.